This is a story about capitalism and buying and selling, and whether it's possible to improve on capitalism. Once upon a time, there was a boy in a village, and he noticed something strange. Everyone robbed each other constantly in broad daylight. They called it buying and selling, but it was still robbery. And the boy was appalled. And he went to a farmer, and he said to the farmer, "You robbed the baker by doubling the price of wheat when you sell it to him." And the farmer said, "Well, the baker doubles the price of buns when he sells them to the shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper's worse. He doubles the price just for putting the buns in a paper bag when he sells them to the customer. That's human nature. Robbery, if you like, but it works." And the boy thought, human nature is terrible. Can't people be wise and good and have fair prices for all and no robbery? And then he became king. And the king said to the citizens, "Let's be wise and good with fair prices for all and no robbery." And everyone cheered. And it went very well. The farmer sold wheat to the baker, who sold buns to the shopkeeper, who sold them on to the customer at a fair price, and no one was robbed for a month. Next month, the farmer said, well, the rains were bad, and he only had a bit of wheat to sell at the fair price. And the baker said his ovens were broken, and he could only bake a few buns. And the shopkeeper said there was a power cut, and he could only sell a few buns to the customer, who waited outside for hours and hours. And just when he was about to buy the final 2 buns, the shopkeeper said, "I have to test these for safety," which he did by eating them. "They're safe," he said, with his mouth full. So the customer went away hungry, and so did all the other customers. And the king thought, what's happened? Before, when everyone robbed each other, there was food everywhere. And now there's no robbery, but people are starving. So he went in disguise to the farmer and said, "The rain has stopped. Can you harvest more wheat?" And the farmer laughed and said, "What rain? I've got plenty of wheat, but not for the fair price." And the king said, "What? Are you doubling it like before?" And the farmer said, "No, trebling it." So the king went in disguise to the baker and said, "Are your ovens broken?" And the baker laughed and said, "No, no, I've got all the buns you want." And the king said, "For treble the price?" And the baker said, "Yes." It was the same thing with the shopkeeper. The king said, "Is the power cut over?" And the shopkeeper laughed and said, "What power cut? I've got buns galore." And the king said, "But our king put an end to robbery and doubling the prices, but now everybody trebles them." And the shopkeeper said, "That's because we're not just robbing each other, we're robbing the king as well." And the king said, "Why? The king is wise and good. He wants fair prices and no robbery." And the shopkeeper said, "Yeah, he's not that wise and good, actually. He's an idiot." "The king's an idiot," said the king. And the shopkeeper said, "Yes, he's an idiot. He thought he could change human nature and abolish a system generated spontaneously over many centuries based on free contracts agreed between voluntary parties, leading to the efficient distribution of goods and rising levels of prosperity for all. Whereas now, shut up," said the king, removing his disguise and shooting the shopkeeper through the head. And that's the end of the story. Apart from the name of the king, who was wise and good. His name was Lenin, it was Stalin, it was Khrushchev, it was Brezhnev, it was Fidel Castro, it was Hugo Chavez. It was, well, who knows what the name of the next wise, good king will be.